one. And there's two. I'm just going to blend that around in there. Get that yeast to start working with that honey. Because what happens is the yeast feeds the honey. That's the easiest way to explain it. Yeast feeds honey, makes it grow. So we're going to let this set for 10 minutes. Put that over yonder. I'm going to grab out a doohickey. And I just want to make sure that yeast is broke up. Okay. Now to the flour, I am going to add go ahead and add my salt. Remember, this is just 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt in this bowl. In 10 minutes, we're going to add a warm egg to this. So when we do that, we'll be back. Now to my flour, I have went through and I've added 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. 2 tablespoons of flaxseed and 2 tablespoons of chia seed. Now the reason why I do this is because I need high fiber. I have the gastric sleeve, so I need a lot of fiber in my diet. And this is one way to get more fiber in your diet, especially when you're adding to bread. You can make a bread high in fiber. So this is going to be yeast bread, but it's going to be high in fiber, so it knocks the crap out of Superman. And that's what we want. So we'll be back. So as you see, our yeast has proved. It gets that foam on it. So I'm just going to mix that around a little bit more, just to make sure we get all off the bottom. Then I'm going to slowly pour it into this pan. I'm doing everything by hand today. I took off my rings. I'm going to get down and dirty. Oh, you can smell that yeast too. So I'm just going to do that with the flour at first. This ain't the best doohickey to do that with. Don't forget your egg. 1 egg. I already beat it up. Okay. I'm just going to blend that in there. We're going to take some flour, cover our hands, and get down there and work that dough. Sometimes you got to get dirty. But when you're working the dough, what it's doing is it's making those glutens break. I think that's what they call them. I have one brain cell on life support, y'all. I wouldn't know my butthole from my hole in the ground sometimes. Okay. She's pretty much done there. Let's get some flour out on this. I put out parchment paper just because I don't want a big mess. Don't get me wrong. I'll make a mess. But Lord, I wish I had somebody else to clean it up. And I'm sure all y'all's like that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. So we're just going to push that down and keep pulling it to us and working it. Now, the instructions says you do this for about 150 rolls and kneads. So we're going to get there and we'll be right back. So we're going to take a little bit of avocado oil. because that's what I use, avocado oil. We're going to put it in the bottom, about a teaspoon, and just rub that around the sides of your bowl. And then we're going to take this dough, drop it in there. We're going to take a little oil to go over the top. This is just so it don't dry out as it's rising. Now remember, this is not just basic yeast bread. I did add flaxseed and chia seed to it. If you're looking for an alternative recipe where you don't use eggs, you can use 1 tablespoon of flaxseed to 3 tablespoons of water. So we got our bread there. We're going to go in my messy jar. That's mine. I'm just going to tear this off. This has got my baggies in it and my wax paper and all that. My little tags for my containers. So I call this my plastic junk drawer because everything that's in it's pretty much plastic. So I'm going to leave this right here and come back in an hour to an hour and a half, and we'll see that it has doubled in size, maybe a little bit more. And then we'll be back. So as you can see, our bread has doubled. So we want to take the plastic wrap off. At this time, you can make yeast rolls and freeze them out of this, because this needs to rise again. So we're going to take a little bit of flour, put it on our surface. You just want a little bit, not too much. And you're just going to dump your right out. And see, she came out real pretty. You're going to mix her for a minute, just a couple. I would say it makes 1. So this is my Pullman pan. You put the lid on it. We're going to let that rise for another hour. And then we're going to bring that out. And we're going to put it in the oven with the pan for about 30 to 35 minutes. But I'll bring you back on that step too. So as you see, the bread, it rose in my Pullman pan. So we're going to put this in the oven on 350 for 35 to 45 minutes. I'm sorry, 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. Or until it's 200 on the inside. And then we'll be back. Hey y'all, our bread's done. Look at that. Isn't she pretty?
Oh wow, look at that. That's the first loaf you made in it, isn't it?
Yep, so I'm going to cut off a piece and make Mr. D try it.
Now that's a loaf of bread. Look at that.
So here it goes, y'all.
Good. Yeah, that works.
It's a high fiber bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's got chia seeds in it and what do they call them things? Flaxseed.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
You gonna eat it? You got a whole loaf to yourself.
What? What do you mean? You're gonna eat some?
No, I'm too fat. You're skinny. You eat it all.
Delicious. Good job.
So that's our bread, y'all. We used our Pullman pan for the first time, and it came out great. It even come out of the pan clean. It does need washed. But you can also store your bread in the Pullman pan. And on that note, y'all have a great day. God bless. Remember, always say prayers. Pray for one another. Pray for your enemies. And be humble. And on that note, y'all, make sure you always put God first. Bye.